This is the first video of a series of videos that's going to be covering investment mathematics. It's gradually going to get more difficult, but in this first example, we're going to use something quite simple and quite basic and look at the mathematics that falls behind it to see how you can apply it and use it to calculate investment returns. So in this example, we have a scenario whereby you have an initial amount, you've invested it into an ETF, a bond, an ISA, and there is a percentage return. So how do you calculate what your return will be over a given amount of time? So first, we're going to need an equation. So I'm going to use x equals y, 1 plus I, n. If that looks familiar, you can basically use any other term or letter to represent the same things, as long as your index, so the meaning of each term, is still the same. So x, let's do actually y, is the invested amount. 1 obviously doesn't need anything. Then we have I, which is the return as a percentage, which will be converted into a decimal, and n is going to be for the period of time. So this is going to be in years. So let's say y is £900, which is essentially $1,000. The percentage return per year is 8%. And we know that we're going to do it for, let's say, 2 years. If we plug all of these in, you're going to get x equals 900, 1 plus 8% represented as a decimal would be 0.08, and n would be 2. So if we first solve this, we're then going to get 900 times 1.1604 once you plug that into a calculator. And then if you do 900 times that, you're then going to get a total where x would equal 1,049.76. So after 2 years with 8% per year being applied on £900, you would have 1,049.76. In this next example, we have a similar setup. However, the percentage return is per quarter. So let's recall the equation that we used in the previous example, which is x equals y, 1 plus I to the power of n. However, we can't just plug in these numbers. As we know that the n was in years, and we're looking at it per quarter, a quarter is 4, so we can times that by 3 years here, because of this being applied per quarter, and therefore we will get n equals 12. So to find out what n is, we will do 3 times 4, which is then 12. We can now put this value of n in here. So we'll get x equals y, the investable amount, which is 1,500. 1 plus 4% written as a decimal is 0.04. So 0.4, and then to the power of 12. If we now simplify this entirely, we're then going to get 2,401.55. And then we're done.